Hello and welcome to Spiritual School, where you can come and sharpen your consciousness to experience your soul's desires manifest instantly. So today let's speak about assumptions from the view of parenting, because I see so many people talking about SPs and love and money and career and all of those things, which is great. I love speaking about parenting and home education and living your life in a way that is free from that space. So, and I don't really see actually anyone else talking about the law of assumption in terms of parenting, and I created present parenting for this reason. I feel like there's many ways to manifest, which is only really one way, but it can be done many ways, and it's finding the way that works for you the best is the first thing. The second thing is, when you enter into your own soul presence, into your consciousness, into that awareness, and you physically feel, my battery's running low every time, and you physically feel the embodiment of your own essence, essentially, then the mind stuff, the brain stuff, the affirmations, the repeating and all of that stuff becomes easier. But they also go hand in hand. So if you're finding it difficult to embody your own presence and being in the present state and being in that present space with your children, then you can start with the affirmations and rewiring your brain. So like I always say in all my videos, when we were a tiny baby and we incarnated down from source, from pure consciousness, from our being, which is who we are innately, and we come down to this earth plane to have a human experience, we incarnate as this tiny little baby. So it's in the human meat suit, in the human body. We are the consciousness inside the human meat suit. And so far, as of yet, in that tiny baby space, our brains, the computer program, because your brain, your mind, all that personality, who it is you believe you are, what it is you like and dislike, what it is you believe you're good at and worthy of and not good at, all of that personality stuff, all of the mind stuff, the brain stuff, that is a computer programming system. It's not yet been programmed. Nothing's been programmed in there as a tiny little baby. That's why when you come into the world beaming, there's a room full of adults crying, because it's the soul to soul recognition. It's the consciousness recognition of this is who I am truly at core. So if we start from that space and we go back to that space over and over and over and over again for ourselves, it not only helps us to remember who we are innately, but it also helps you with parenting, because then you're looking at your child and you're remembering and almost rewiring that brain that says, actually, they're not a pure soul, they are the personality, they are bad, naughty, blah, 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 they are the duality space. Actually, when you go back to source, there's no duality, it's singularity. So the only thing there is love, pure love. You are God. You are literally God creating your own reality in the 3D here on earth. So if you look at your child and you remember, yes, they are pure consciousness, they are the awareness, they are God, they are their own God. Then from that space, you can energetically shift your own thoughts, then line up with the energetic undertone of I am God as well. And from that space, parenting not only becomes really, really easy, but your brain is also telling you on a daily basis, repeating, parenting is easy, parenting is fun, it's never been so easy, my kids listen to me all the time, blah, 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 all the things that you're telling yourself. My kids don't listen to me, they never listen to me, oh yeah, that's easy for you to say. that might work for you that would never work for me, that would never work on my kids. That parenting is really hard. Like, how often do you hear people drilling that into our brains, into our minds? Parenting's really hard. All these things. I'm not saying in moments that it's not, because that's the space of duality as humans that we live in. And yes, there is the law of assumption is that you create your own reality, and that every single person within your reality conforms to whatever it is that you assume of them and of yourself and the situation at hand. So if your assumptions are already that my child is a consciousness, my child is pure, my child is God, my child is already innately good, then when they behave in the human form in a specific way that would be labeled and deemed to be naughty or bad from our human experience, then when you approach that, you approach it very differently than just labeling it as that and punishing, or labeling them as good and rewarding. So then punishments and rewards no longer become a thing in your reality, because it's just not a thing. It's just not there. You're now in a new dimensional way of living. Like, you see it from a completely different paradigm. So and then there's the other thing, which is not law of assumption. It is more the presence space, where, well, it is law of assumption, but it's not. It's both things working at the same time. This is what it's your whole entire experience is a whole paradox. It's a whole dichotomy. It's like, well, if this thing's working, then surely this thing can't be working at the same time, but they are. That's the whole human experience. That's what it is. That's what you come here to work out, basically. And that does not mean that is the reason why we're here, by the way. So, because I know people will try and run away with that one as well. The other part of this is that, because people will be like, well, I've embodied my own consciousness and awareness and blah, 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 but I just can't seem to grasp that my child is the conscious and awareness. Or it can be the other way around. It can be like, oh, I can see them as pure and innocent, and I can see them as that their brain is developing, and to try and condition and program their brain into healthy habits, into healthy understandings, into having high self-worth and high self-esteem and high self-concept. And I just can't seem to do it for myself, and it doesn't work on me, and I just don't feel it. I don't feel this embodiment, blah, 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 blah. And we can have the parts where it's like, actually I was feeling really peaceful and zen, and then all of a sudden my child out of nowhere just started behaving like I don't even know what, but I was really peaceful and calm. So then you might question, why isn't this working how it's meant to work? And that is because although everyone is you pushed out, everyone is also their own person at the same time. So I mean, yes, you can revise the situation and you can reprogram in that way, but if you stay present in that moment, then you can just actually allow for this person to be their own person, and it doesn't touch you, it doesn't affect you, it doesn't move your embodiment of your own consciousness into the mind and into the believing that it's not working, or that they're bad, or you're doing something wrong, or that you must be a bad parent, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't move you into that space, because it's already there. You already know it. Hope this is making sense. I know it's making sense. I know this is making sense, because you wouldn't be watching if it wasn't going to make sense for you. You're one of those people that knows what I'm talking about. That's why you're watching this. So if we're going from this space of assumptions, in that my child is whole and pure and they're their own God, and you want to start creating that for yourself and really feeling it, you have to make the fact that you're not feeling it yet not matter. Because it's always the energetic undertone of everything. It doesn't matter what you're telling yourself. You could be telling yourself, I am a good mother, father, whatever, good parent. I am the best mother to my kids. I love mothering. It's literally my favourite thing in life. I love being with my kids and doing all the things for them. I love spending time with my children. I am literally the best mum for them. You could be telling yourself all these things, which is like fine, is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not saying not to do that. If anything, I would say do that, because especially if you're telling yourself, oh, I'm such a shit mom, or oh, my kids never listen to me, oh, I just don't know what to do anymore, or this is just the one part of my life I can't seem to get right. I've got the money situation sorted out. I've got the love situation sorted out. I've got the job situation sorted out, blah, blah, blah. And the parenting, I just can't get down. If you're telling yourself this, then yes, I want you to start reprogramming in that way of repeatedly saying over and over and over in a robotic sense, I am the best mother. I am the perfect mother for my kids. My kids love me so much. They tell me they love me so much all the time. I love my kids so much. They're amazing. I love being a mother. I just love doing all the mothering things, blah, 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 blah. Parenting is so easy until it starts becoming embodied and you feel it. But you have to make the fact that you're not feeling it yet irrelevant, because it doesn't actually matter. It doesn't matter. The energetic undertone of what makes it work is that you believe that it is working, for one, and you also make it not matter that you're not doing it right, because so many people are trying to get things right and do it the right way, and then it's definitely going to work and they're going to have their manifestation exactly how they want it and blah, 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 blah. But if you are so caught on that part, that's exactly what is blocking it from coming through and you embodying it. That's exactly what's blocking the thoughts lining up with the metaphysical part, which is the emotions and your embodiment, your feeling of it, and your soul presence of like really grounded and being earthed in that space. So start by knowing that when we came into this earth, incarnated in this space, that we were and still are and always have been and always will be the infinite consciousness, the God. You are the own God of your reality. You're the creator. Every single person in your reality has to conform with what you assume about them and about yourself within the moment of the situation, because this always goes moment by moment by moment. Remember, there's no such thing as time. Thirdly, allow yourself to start reprogramming the personality and the mind into what it is that you actually want to be telling yourself on a daily basis, to be feeling on a daily basis. And again, fourth, doesn't matter if you're not feeling anything. It doesn't matter. Just take that out of the equation. It doesn't matter if you're not feeling like the best mother in the world. It doesn't matter if you're not feeling like you love parenting. It doesn't matter if you're feeling like it's not working. It doesn't matter. You have to take the matter part out, because the undertone of that energetically is always what moves you into quantum leaping, into the new paradigm, into the energetic embodiment and presence of what it is that you actually want to be and to feel and to have an experience in that moment with your child. Okay, so if you've got any questions about this, any comments, please put down below. And I look forward to speaking with you all soon. Bye.